Good morning. As I said last time, today we will still talk about the thyroids. Many people are waiting for answer on how to deal with the thyroid problems. And with many diseases that people have nowadays. In the first part, I talk about the causes, so that you could think how to counteract it. But no one has written a good answer on how to do it. I thought that even a few people would write how to do it, what they did or would do. That situation was very interesting to me. There are a lot of people who would like to be cured. There is also a lot of information about the fact that a lot of people stopping taking medicines and are healthy. People wrote about it, followed the doctor's instructions, and took pills, but then stopped and they felt good. And there are people who wrote that they took medicine and they want to know if the thyroid may recover. But I did not understand what they mean, whatever when taking medicine or after stopping. People which I have never seen ask me how to cure this problem and what to do. Such a question can be compared to how you can renovate my neighbor's car. They ask me for help in how to renovate their neighbor's car. What would you answer to this question? I have a neighbor who has a broken car and give me a receipt how to renovate it. In the same way, you now expect me to tell you how to renovate your body. How to do it, when to do it, whether it will be effective or not. And what do you think about it? Can you give advice to a person who has never seen you and does not know what other health problems he has? I have seen and I know what causes it may cause. I told you, and I do not know why you did not understand what to do about it. You should find the cause that causes your problems. Many people have inflammations. For example, thyroid gland or other organs. Let's go think about it together. How to renovate a neighbor's car that we have never seen. In the same way as to renovate your thyroid, for which I know nothing, and in what condition it is. Let's think together what to do to heal your thyroid. First, you have to understand what I've already understood, that no one knows how to do it. I also do not know what to do to let your thyroid gland function properly. Because all the reasons I mentioned in earlier film are not problems with the thyroid itself. These are viruses, bacteria, fungi, worms, inflammations. In men, it may be urological problems. In women, gynecological problems. This can be a very strong cause of problems. Now let's think together what to do with it, theoretically. I will not give you advice on how to treat your thyroid, but you can deal with how to remove problems that you do not even want to think about. You want to heal the thyroid. I tell you again, there is no way to heal your thyroid gland if you do not work on other organs that probably cause thyroid problems. Now let's think about what to do. Some of you have understood that it is necessary to reject the medication. I am not a doctor, and I do not know if they are needed or not. If you stop taking them, this is your decision. The most people who addressed me suffer from Hashimoto. It is a thyroid inflammation. Why inflammation arises? Chronic inflammation is the inflammation of the entire body. The thyroid also. It is an inflammation of thyroids, utera, stomach, intestines, everywhere. Why the body does not fight this problem? Firstly, as you already know, the immune system does not work as it should. And why he does not work? He cannot fight inflammation and infections. I think that this problem, when the immune system theoretically cannot fight it, because he cannot fight with something that he cannot fight against. And there is a lack of energy and lack of strengthness to find the infections that are in the body. I know one problem that a few people talk about. But in the fact, everyone has this problem. They are parasites. When parasites are in the body, the immune system cannot fight it, and he cannot kill those animals that living in the human body. The immune system can fight viruses, bacteria, and mycosis sometimes. But it cannot fight parasites. One will try to do it, but they poison the body, interfere, eat the food that the body should get. They produce toxins that the body cannot cope with, and that the body is stopped. The body is tired, cannot fight. The immune system does not work at all. And inflammation persists all the time. It is how to treat the thyroid. You have to remove these problems. The second matter is food. You eat, but this food is not processed in the gut, in the necessary elements for life. You have to clean the intestines, cleanse the liver, which does it for you. You should cleanse all organs that are needed to give the body everything that it needs to function well. If we do not do it, then what will happen next? Nothing. Nothing will change, and it will be as it was. Many people who have problems with the hormones use pills or other hormonal agents in order to not get pregnant, for thyroid problems or for other problems. A lot of different hormones are used by people, but as I said earlier, it does not give the body the ability to function properly. Some drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes. How I will give a receipt for when I do not know how you live, or you live well or badly. You do not eat properly. Those people who have sick thyroid glands are programmed to eat vegetables and other things. Eat it, but then you do not provide the necessary elements for the body. You are taking hormones, and in this way you are pre-treating the body and slowly stop production it. This is the result of your thoughtless action. You're destroying yourself, instead of taking a step forward. How to fight viruses, bacteria? I know only one way that gives the greatest effect. It is cold water. Cold water hardening. That way it will kill as many bacteria and viruses in 1 minute as no antibiotics will kill. Nothing else is as effective as cold water. I would like you to advise you on something that you can use, and you will be healthy. But something like that does not exist. There is no such a thing. There are many problems that everyone has since birth. And after the age of 40, practically everyone needs a comprehensive repair. There are many problems that everyone has since birth, but all people after the age of 40 need comprehensive repairing, not only with the thyroid, but they need to repair the whole body, and this has to be addressed. And what you do, you act on one organ, you supplement with one hormone that is not needed at all. You have to run whole organism to make it work. And I do not have any receipt for it. In the Academy, we use very good methods. But there are 50 methods used at the same time. So how I can tell you what to do in this situation? You need to do massages, you have to use mud treatments, you have to do electrostimulation, use a sauna, and hardening with the cold water. You have to do everything. But every one of you is afraid of cold water, like fire. You do not want to use sauna, because the doctor told you that is harmful. You should use the solarium, obligatory. Sunbathing in the sun or in the solarium, because the hormones of happiness are not produced. One is connected with the other, and they mislead you everywhere, so that you will be a very good patient. Then you are needed by doctors. And then you will be the ones that they would like to see you, that you would be treated in the hospital. Or you agree, or you do something yourself. There is no single herb, not a single method, which can be found to be immediately healthy. If I knew that something like this exists, I would not do all these treatments from morning to evening to my patients. But most of what we do, you can do yourself. Many recipes I give on my website. Many rules are clear in the movies that I recorded. But these are tips and nothing more. Do not ask anyone to cure you at a distance, through the Skype, through the book. Nothing like this will be work, because everything you need to do must be done comprehensively. There is very wise one saying from 2000 years ago. You cannot cure the eye without healing the whole head. You cannot heal your head if you do not heal your whole body. You cannot heal your body if you do not heal the human soul. And now we start talk about a very important topic. Is everything good with you with spiritual matter? I am practically talking about parishes that are not pleasant, about religious matter, about spiritual matter, about sins. Most of you do not pay attention to it. When a man comes to me, I see how much he is rooting spiritually from the inside. I see to what extent the whole person cannot function well because his soul is in a state that is hard to describe. You do not realize what it is. I met a patient who can be said that they themselves, with their own hands and mind, sold their soul themselves. You think that it does not exist. And I know how it happens, how it kills the soul of man, how people sell souls. And you think that it does not exist. And some write to me that, if I speak about such matters, they will not listen to me. So do not listen to me. I said about what exists. And everyone can decide whether he will listen to it or not, if it gives him something good when he listens to it or not. You get nervous as you hear about this matter. But you are not nervous, only someone else is upsetting you. But why? There is a translation in Russia about how someone is nervous. The sentence contains the word devil. And you think now what it can mean. I give you good advice on how to remove sin in order to be able to be healed. But many people do not pay attention to it. Some think that such a problem will disappear over time. And I think that you have to do a lot of good things to heal yourself spiritually. Think about how much you did wrong things. not only by physical way, but also in the mental way. If in the mind we wish someone something bad, it is at the same moment that we are doing something bad for another person. And such a bad thought could have worked and come back to us several times. What we wish to other person, we get the same back. If you wish good to others, you will get good yourself. If we do good things, then in return we get a good things too. If you help others, they will help you too. But it will not happen if you want bad things for others. You will get bad things in exchange, even more. And you think that it does not work. It works. That's my advice. So if you want to heal the thyroid, remove all the causes that you have in yourself. There is no possibility of the eye, head, body and soul to exist separately. Everything is related to each other. And the thyroid is not far away. It is inside of you. Or you heal your whole body. All the cells you are built of. Or your entire body will be sick. There is no thyroid disease. There is a disease of the whole body. Entire you will root, spiritually and physically, or you will be healed in its entirety. I deliberately did not want to talk about the thyroid for a long time, because it is the only organ that does not destroy itself. Only in comprehensive way. Someone asked a question about the tumors, but that does not make a difference, whether the thyroid produces too few hormones or too much. The problem is not caused by the thyroid. The problem is in the other things. Remove all the other problems, and then everything will be fine. You are taking care of your diagnosis, but not about your health. The doctor told you that there are too few hormones. You believe in it, and you start to heal. You were told you had a tumor. And so what? The tumor was, maybe it will be, and maybe it will disappear. It all depends on you, on your thoughts. If you were told it would be so, and you believe in it will be so. But if you do not agree with it, then fight, and it will not be. But you should do it yourself, without anyone's help, without my help, and anyone's help. You should do it yourself. If you want to do it, and find a way to do it. There are a lot of tips, but there is a problem. Whether you will be allowed to do it, in connection with what you do, would they let you do it? If a man across a charlatan, who advise you bad things, think about why you guided this charlatan. Who has advised you in some way, but he is not guilty. You are guilty, because they advise you in connection with your action. If you find someone who will advise you on something good, thank the spiritual being for it and do something. When a person is ill, then the person asks spiritual beings for help and promise that he will do everything and give everything to be healthy. But when the health begins to improve, then the person forgets what he said promised and lived the same way as he lived before. And that's why the problems come back. It is not an easy topic. When I was young, I did not understand many things. I did not understand how the body functions. how it works. It was not important for me. But there comes time when a person should understood what is going on. I say it this way: if we do not affect the body in a very strong way at the age of 40, 50, then the body will have a difficult task. Because later the body uses the cells it has, and the regeneration of these cells is stopped. Either a person is training what to do and is doing it, or is being trained in this information, and then he is making more trouble. Nowadays, this information, lies, and deception amount of 95 or even 99%, because everyone wants to sell their product to live. And these products have nothing of value to our health. They sell it only for their own interest. And what will happen to people is not interesting in them. There are few people who care about themselves and others. This is currently a difficult situation. And the time comes when only those who connect together will live. Those who care for themselves and for others and look after each other. They help each other, then everything will be all right. The subject of the thyroid gland is very heavy, because it's not enough to cure yourself. You need to care of yourself and your family. Now I will tell you one thing. When you do everything as you need, and you do what you need to repair and fix your health at 100%, and the thyroid will also fix, but it can be a very temporary effect, because you heal only yourself. Without treatment of the family, it is impossible. Viruses, fungi, bacteria, worms, sins, all these are family problems. And when the woman heals her thyroid problems, but does not help her husband, I think that is only effective in 1%. It is my opinion. And let everyone think that way they want. That methods that you use for yourself, you have to use for your whole family. Then everything will be fine. I repeat again, I do not give you receipts, which are a lot to overcome all the problems you have. I will repeat again, you do not have to treat the thyroid itself. You have to fix everything that does not work well for you. Then everything will be fine. Viruses, bacteria, fungi, worms, it's all more harmful than what you worry about. The liver is the most important thing. You think that I was wrong and said something wrong. But I will say the liver 20 more times. It is the main organ on which your entire health depends. And from my many years of experience, I can say that I would not be able to heal any person without cleansing the liver. So pay attention to it. There are a lot of different rules how to do it. Also on my website. Choose any way and start doing. I do not know if I help you today or not. I think there are more people dissatisfied. Because everyone thought I would give you a recipe, what herbs to use, or other things. But it is not. I cannot do it, because something like this does not exist to make it work. I can still advise people who have gynecological and urological problems. The best thing that exists on earth today, it is a mat that we also use in our center. Mat from Lucky Sake, from the Crimea Peninsula. Thanks to this, you can cure inflammation in the men and women by almost 98%. It gives you the opportunity to cure and remove these problems. But how to do it? You need to be trained. Watch movies that are on my website. And those who have been treated in our academy also would not forget about it and continue to use it. I do not know anything else. To treat and prevent the disease should be used mat. Both outside and inside. There are many rules that talk about it, then it should be done. In order to keep my health in good condition, I use many methods. Those who have incurable and fatal disease should start doing something very quickly, because there is something that every disease that a man has is stored in DNA, and the cells has its own memory. Just as we remember what happened yesterday, then every cell also memorize it. It is a DNA code that says everything, and later if the cell is damaged, it can born as a healthy or as a damaged cell with a disease program. Therefore, you should not allow such a change of the DNA program to be damaged, so that you have chronic problems, which will later be difficult to cure. Because if a person suffers from more than 6 months, then such a program will be safe in DNA. But all disease can be removed. But to remove it, one has to act in a strong way. First you need to heal yourself, and then you have to change the program in DNA. And there are different possibilities to think about how to do it. Thank you to those who have watched me, and I'm sorry that I did not give you much advice on which you have been waiting to be healthy in 5 minutes and to reject all medicines and to do nothing and be healthy. I send my gratulation to those people who wrote to me that they only reject medication and were already healthy. I think that is not enough. Reject drugs and do nothing more. It is not enough. You have to do something more. Thank you for all your attention. And see you next time. Write me about on which topic you would like to talk me next time. I can give you answer on any subjects. As you will notice, these tips that I give you are not for profit, only for your health. There is a very little information on internet. And I used to search for any methods to advise others. I searched the entire internet and found very harmful information that people served only to earn money, and it is not very good. Thank you very much. Goodbye.